Merhaba, hoş geldiniz. I'm Mustafa. I'm from Turkey, and welcome to my home. Please come in. And this is my wife, Dea.
Hello, my name is Dea, and he's my son. His name is Arman.
Welcome to our home. Hoş geldiniz. Actually, the first time I came to Indonesia was in 2013. It was just to see her. At the time, I just graduated from university, and I came here to meet her and her family because we had been talking with each other for about a year or more on social media. But if you ask when we moved to Indonesia for good, permanently, it was 2016. Actually, there are a lot of reasons. The first one was the economy in my country was not going good. And I didn't have a permanent job there. I was working as a freelancer. So there was nothing actually binding me in Turkey. And I was invited by the Ministry of Education in Indonesia for an event for the winners of Indonesian speech contest that I joined in Turkey, and I won the competition. Then they gave us, as a present, they gave us a 1-week trip in Indonesia. Then I took my wife and we came here because we have a family. We a little bit extended that holiday, but at the end of the holiday we decided not to go back. That was the story. It's because of the professional reasons. So I decided to look for opportunities in Indonesia, and I was working remote at that time, so there was that flexibility. And also for having our son also. So we thought like in Indonesia you have a lot of alternative medicine and stuff and help you can get from people. So we decided to stay here also for the baby program. So there were a lot of reasons actually. Yeah, the reason, again, the same thing, because I loved her, so. And welcome.
Okay.
Welcome back. Actually, yeah, you can call I was too brave because I was still young, just graduated from university, didn't have a permanent job at that time, still working as a freelancer, didn't have any saving for marriage, but actually there were some people affecting me. Like we had another couple in Turkey, his name is Mustafa also, his wife was Indonesian. I met her, I listened his story. He also didn't have anything, didn't have any job, didn't have any money. And he recommended me just, okay, you start the process, then the God or Allah will help you. It was really affecting me also. And I started to save money, I started to prepare my mentality, like you have to be mentally okay also for marriage. And there was a process behind the scenes, like trying to convince her family, like making them sure about my character, about the fact that I am serious enough to marry their daughter. So, okay, once I felt everything was okay, not fully okay actually, but I had to come here. I had to come here and do something seriously to make it happen. So I came here, I met the family directly. I mean, I didn't take her out and be traveling in Bali or whatever, no. So I came to family directly and I stayed here with them. Then we talked seriously with the family. Okay, our plan is this, what do you think? Then conversations happened. That was the story.
And my mom going for Hajj at the time, in the same year when Mustafa first time come to Indonesia in 2013.
After I went back to Turkey,
Yeah.
They were preparing for Hajj.
Yeah. Then at the time, my mom told me that he seems like saw Mustafa in Mecca, in Kaaba, with the same shirt that he used to Indonesia.
Which one?
The green?
Green one.
Yeah, the green one. And my mom said like, I seems like saw Mustafa together with me doing tawaf in Kaaba. I don't know why I seems like saw Mustafa using the same shirt that he used to Indonesia, and many Turkish people come to me like massage me and hugging me, kissing me. Or maybe it's sign from Allah that you are soulmate with him. Then I told to him, and okay, it's just like something like subliminal, isn't it?
Miracle.
Yeah, it's just like miracle for us. Like maybe it's sign from Allah that he made for me and I made for him. It's easiest for me because I believe in him. The first time when I saw him first time on Skype, I think I just think like he's the man. So when he proposed me, he said like, I want to marry you. We don't have any proposal celebration, just like normal couple in Indonesia. He just proposed me when we are traveling to mall in Bandung, in Ciwok. At the time we bought our ring together, each cheap ring, and he said like, okay, I want to marry you. Will you accept me? I said, okay, yes. Then, okay, it's not hard for me to say yes to him, but it's not easy for the process because we are still young. I'm still studying in university, and my family wants me working for a while before I married with him. And okay, then at the time we just believe we can through all.
We can go through all
together.
And cultural differences also, of course. For example, they have a different food culture.
Yes.
They have a different cleaning culture, for example. So in Turkish, the women, ibu-ibu, we can call, they're too meticulous in cleaning. Like, they clean every single point at home.
Yeah.
My mom also still like this. She is 60 years old now, but she still cleans home every day, even though she gets tired. But in Indonesia, it's not the case. Like, they are more relaxed people. Like, okay, if there's dust here, they don't care. Maybe 1 week later they can clean this dust or this kind of stuff. So it was different. So in Turkey, I had to teach my wife also how to be a
Clean as like a Turkish.
Yeah, clean as a Turkish. Because my purpose was like, she won't feel surprised, or she won't feel that much weird when she met my mother and my family. So these were the main differences actually I had to adjust myself to. For me, what the most important thing that makes me love her again and again every day is her caring and her support. So we have gone through really hard, difficult processes until now, difficult times, but she always supported me. So yeah, that's the fact actually that makes me love her until today, and more and more.
As simple as he said, I love you, and carrying me. Like, women like simple things. Like, even you just say thank you for the food, it's make me love him more than before. Or he makes some surprise for me and buy food. As simple as that. It's for me. Maybe for some people it's just normal, but for me it makes me love him every day.
Yeah, spending time together.
Yeah.
Actually, I was more romantic before.
Yeah.
So within time, after you get married and years and years and you have a baby, okay, everything goes messed up. So
That's why for me simple things is important, because we miss our romantic time. Because he's so romantic before we married, but after having baby, I don't have that moment much.
yeah.
Before.
So we need to be happy with little things now.
Yeah. I told him like, just say I love you. Just 3 words, but it makes me love you more than before. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it has been 8 years and it's a long time, especially if you think about the society, like people get married and get divorced within a year or two. In Indonesia, it happens a lot. So of course I want to say thank you, because until now she supported me and she stayed with me, although we had bad times throughout this process. And until we got our baby, we had a lot of difficult times also. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, just want to say thank you too for you because you love me. I feel like no one loved me like he did. So, and he always stay beside me in my worst condition. And thank you so much for loving me and stay with me and see me like when nobody's look at me like I am, you're the one who did that to me.
You're welcome. Okay, then we are all hungry, so we can get some lunch from a neighbor here. It's a very small, what do you call that? It's not a restaurant, but room, let's say. But her food is delicious. That's Okay, let me show you some pictures from our wedding ceremonies, both in Turkey and Indonesia. So if you see this one, this is our, what do you call this here, reception, right? Reception in Indonesia. And this one is maybe a little bit unique for you because you will see some Turkish culture here. Actually, it's mixed with the European culture too, but something unique here. You see this white and red colors, long colors, right? On my shoulders and on their shoulders, my wife's shoulders. The purpose of these colors are to put the gifts of the guests of our wedding. Like if they want to give golden, they put the golden there. They attach the golden there. Or if they want to give money, they attach the money there also. So this is a very different culture from Indonesia. Okay, then we are all hungry, so we can get some lunch from a neighbor here. It's a very small, what do you call that? It's not a restaurant, but room, let's say. But her food is delicious. Let's go. There are some special things we order here, like eggplants, and also chicken, sometimes fish, all variants of them. Yeah, these are the main courses we order from here mostly. When I tried for the first time, I didn't like much, but after a while, after I ate it a few times, so I started to like it. Now I like sayur asem also because it's, what do you call it in Indonesia, segar, fresh. Okay, yeah, makasih ya.
Yeah, sama-sama.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go back home. I will visit the grandma first. She wants to give something. Yeah, kasih. Yeah, nuhun. Yeah, this is Dea's grandma. We are living side by side. Pulang dulu, makan dulu. Yeah. Yeah, let's go home now. Okay, today we ordered some different foods, like we have opor ayam. You know, I think opor ayam. I don't know what's it in English. Chicken, but a different kind of chicken, traditional here. And eggplants. Eggplants, what do you call this? Telur balado.
Bukan, terong balado.
Terong, sorry. And also we have pare.
Bitter melon.
Bitter melon. The taste is, of course, its name is also bitter, right? But my wife especially likes that. And we have a soup, vegetable soup. It's again something traditional in Indonesia that I didn't have in Turkey. We have different kind of soup in Turkey.
And this is your favorite, lalapan.
Yeah, and the vegetables, they call it lalapan here, and it's my favorite. I enjoy eating them. And sambal, actually. This is also very different for Turkish people, very spicy, very hot, but I'm okay with this now in Indonesia, although my level of, what do you call that, level pedas is not that high, but I can still eat to a certain level of pedas, like level 3 or level 4 something. Out of 10, of course.
And Arman, bubur ayam.
And Arman eating bubur ayam because my wife is mostly busy with the baby, so we order from a neighbor who is cooking some delicious food. Yeah, we will enjoy this for this lunch. Of course, it's more stronger than the food in my country, and probably most of the cuisines in the world, not only in Turkey. Just Indonesian people likes using a lot of spices when they cook something, and the process is a little bit long too. For example, let's talk about rendang from Padang cuisine. And if you want to cook some good rendang, you have to prepare a lot of spices, and the process is I don't know how many hours, but it's quite long, and most of the foods are so. The difference from Turkish food is simpler. Like for example, we can cook this just with only salt and some oil, and that's okay. That's done, I mean. And this kind of sambal stuff, I mean, you can find it in some kebab restaurants, but different kinds. And it's not this spicy, not that hot. And yeah, many other things are different actually. For example, the soup here, you see it's a little bit like you see it as full of water, right? But in Turkey, we more like cream soups. Like for example, when you go to KFC here, you can find it also. Some cream kind of soup, and Turkish soups are similar to that, although not the same. And yeah, if we go back to the question, it's really stronger than my own food in my homeland. The Indonesian food that I like most is actually, in general, it's the Padang cuisine, but in specific it's rendang, beef rendang. And other than that, I like actually many other things like bakso I like, and mie ayam and the variations of mie ayam I also like. These are the food that I eat most in my daily life. And other than that, some juices, some drinks like avocado, mango, and these are the things actually we don't have in Turkey. So they are all unique for me and all delicious stuff for me. And the things I don't like are only the things that are a little bit stinky for me, like not durian, but I love durian. I love durian. But I don't like, for example, pete. You know pete? I don't like pete. I don't like jengkol. And these are the two things actually I don't like here. It's based on the situation actually. Like, I also use food. I also use my hand when eating at Padang restaurants mostly. But for example, if I am at office and I went out for lunch, I won't use my hand because I will go back to office, right? So I need to clean my hands properly, and it will take a little bit effort for that. But if I'm at home, or it's just a casual activity, like we go with my wife and eat and we try to enjoy it, and okay, that's where I use my hand also. But this is nothing that you can see in Turkey. So it's really different. If you start to eat with your hand in Turkey, some people will feel disgusted by that. But I didn't have that because I'm more easily adaptable to different cultures. So when I came to Indonesia, I saw people eating with their hands. It's okay for me. Then later in a while, I also started to follow them, just to respect them first and to get adapted more to the culture. Yes, I like traveling also because there are many beautiful destinations in Indonesia. In Banten also, and outside Banten, we love Bandung. Yes, I like traveling also because there are many beautiful destinations in Indonesia. In Banten also, and outside Banten, we love Bandung because of the weather first, because it's really suitable for Turkish people also. It's cooler than Jakarta and other big cities. and we have lots of memories there because that's the place I proposed to my wife, and that's the place we enjoyed our pre-wedding pictures, and we have a lot of memories there. So that's the first destination that we escape when we have time. So different experiences actually, because Baduy is a place where you can see the tradition of old people here. Like they are still sustaining the traditions of their ancestors. That's a very good place. You see people living naturally, like they don't use soap, or they don't use shampoo, and that kind of stuff, chemicals and technology. Yeah, nowadays there are people also using them in outer Baduy actually, but if you go inside a little bit, you will see very cool stuff in this century, which is hard to see in another place. And for the second one, Ujung Kulon again is a very natural place, but it's a little bit far and you have to be patient to reach there. And you live with animals there. If you stay for 1 or 2 nights there, you will live with monkeys and pigs. What do you call that in babi hutang? Yeah, yeah. And they come near you, they ask food from you. It was and monkeys are really naughty there, so it was a really cool experience. But you feel the nature. I mean, when you wake up and you see the sunrise, and you go to another island using a boat, all different experiences I like.
Like little Amazon of Indonesia.
Maybe you can say so.
Actually, we don't have special parenting style for Arman, and because there is no one who can interrupt us for that parenting, so it's just my style and my husband's style. We mix Turkish style and Indonesian style, and for language, I use Indonesian language special for me. So Arman just speaking Indonesian language with me, and with his baba, he speak Turkish. And if we're talking each other together, we use English sometimes because we want our son can speak 3 language. Other than that, I look reference from Instagram, from YouTube about parenting. So it's just mixed parenting style.
Yeah, for parenting choices, I actually do not interrupt much also with the mother. But I try to support her as much as I can. Like, I do everything. I change the diapers of my son, I help him take a bath, and all this stuff I can also do, except for giving milk.
Yeah.
Breastfeeding. Yeah, except for that, I also do everything. But for style, yeah, just like they said, we don't follow a standard style, so we just follow our instinct, and we try to raise our son as a good person. Yeah, that's the core of the issue.
Because we just have each other.
Yeah. Actually, if one Turkish man wants to marry an Indonesian woman, he has to be ready for cultural adaptation. Like, if he doesn't want to try anything, like trying other foods, trying other cultures, trying other climates, and trying to live in another city, another country, he will probably fail, because most Turkish men come here and they cannot find what they expect. That's the main issue. Yeah. And they also have to know that because there's a false perception in Turkey especially, they think like in Indonesia everything is cheap. But it's not. So if they want to make a wedding, and some people sometimes ask me, do I have to do a wedding? Yeah, of course, you marry a daughter of somebody, right? So the parents will ask for a wedding party, and all these traditions you have to follow. And also it's not cheap. So you have to prepare your budget also. I mean, you cannot just come here, okay, maybe you do that with goodwill, you have good intention, but you need to prepare your budget also, because you will be responsible for somebody else, right? So that's another issue that I've seen among Turkish men that want to marry Indonesian women. So they have to prepare mentally, and they have to prepare for cultural adaptation, and they have to prepare financially also.
Okay, if you want to marry with a Turkish man, don't hurry too much, because you must know the person you want to marry with, because so many Indonesian women talk to me and asking me about Turkish men. They want to marry with Turkish men because maybe for their standard, Turkish men looking so handsome, so romantic, and maybe rich for them. But please don't be hurry for married with Turkish men. You must know them, and maybe you can find a wrong person too. And you must learn the language. At least you can have a common language just like English, because for understanding each other, then you must have more tolerance and ready with the culture differences between Indonesia and Turkish.
So mixed marriage can be hard.
But fun.
So go for it.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye.
Görüşürüz. Goodbye.